Hello! Pizza Packs here, and we're back with the first set of boosters for the Magic Final Fantasy collaboration. So, this is a Universes Beyond product. Oddly enough, it is going to be standard legal. So we're going to get into the first box. I will say I went super deep on this set. I wish... I wish it was not as expensive as it is. But I went super deep on this set because Final Fantasy is the biggest franchise that I've been a fan of outside of Magic since I was a kid. I have played every Final Fantasy to completion from the first one through 13. I haven't had a chance to play anything after 13, but I have put literally thousands of hours into playing Final Fantasy over my childhood. So let's get these open and marked. And also, for full transparency, I'm going to show the prices that I paid for everything. I actually have my receipt that is under this box, so we will take a look at that before we get in. Also, I had an extremely frustrating experience with Secret Lair today. Most experiences with Secret Lair are frustrating. I was trying to get a hold of some of the Final Fantasy stuff for the channel, and I was in line for 5.5 hours. So, I did finally check out, but most of the Final Fantasy stuff was gone. So, we got box 1, 2... Wow, I apparently cannot draw a 3 sideways. 3. Pull out box 1. Also, these are way smaller than I feel like they should be. On the good front, though, I did win first place at the first pre-release I went to. Second and third pre-releases did not go as well. My sealed pools didn't really line up well. But I did play an aggressive red-white and took first. I was actually undefeated the whole night. So, good times. Alright, now that we've marked our boxes, let's take a look at the actual pricing that I paid for Final Fantasy. I will say this is a little ridiculous. It kind of took my breath away when I got down to the brass tacks numbers with my guys. So, here's what we ended up paying. So for the collector booster display, $489.99, so $490. I got a Japanese booster, so collector booster box. I got a Japanese box for $500. The standard play boosters, I paid $160 a box for them, which apparently is not a bad price considering they're up to $190 now. I paid $70 each for a set of 4 bundles. Paid $100 each for a set of 4 gift bundles, so $400 in total. And then, again, this is all for the channel. We will be opening all this up on the channel. Just full transparency, this one hurt. This one hurt bad. And then we got 4 of each of the commander decks and 1 of each of the collector's commander decks. Got a decent price on the collector commander decks. Altogether, it was like $700, I think. Yeah. 175 times 4 is 700, so $700 for the set. And then 4 of each of the starter kit. So, altogether, a little bit over $5,000. So, it was 460 or 40. Man, it's hard to even say these numbers. $4689.65 before tax, $328.28 in tax, for a total of $5,017.93. All things said and done. And the only thing that's at the top here is like my contact information, so I'm not going to divulge that. This is exactly what I paid for all of the Final Fantasy product that will be shown on this channel. minus the 27 boosters I won between the 3 pre-release events I played in over the weekend, which all of those will go into shorts. Transparency really matters to me, so show that. So let's get started cracking box 1. We've got our rare sheet set up, and if you would like sheets the way I do these, shoot me a message. I'll be happy to share the open the ODS, I think it is. Yeah, open data spreadsheet format for it. Let's get into our first booster box for Final Fantasy. So we got interesting box topper. Well, it's not actually a box topper, it's just insert Vivi on the back with the archetypes. It's like shifted around a bit. It should be 10 per stack. Yeah, so stack 1, 1 through 10. Stack 2, 11 through 20. And stack 3, 21 through 30. So let's get started with pack 1. Alright, starting off we have a hero token with a Moogle on the back. Full Art Forest, Vincent's Limit Break foil. Limit, not lemon. Limit Break foil. We have Ninja's Blades. I had one of these during the 3rd day of the pre-release. Had some really funny things that I was able to do with it, such as doming my opponent for 10, or no, it's 8 off of this, so 10 damage in total. Let's see, 108, that is our first Ninja's Blades. We have our uncommons and our commons. Skipping a spot, so we'll have an extra spot for our commons. The white anthracite, probably one of the best commons in the set. Diamond Weapon was fantastic as well. Pack 2. Barrett Wallace, of course, one of the main characters from Final Fantasy VII. Art card. So I'll stick our art cards over there. Windhurst Federation Center. Yeah, might as well put the towns with the... No, we'll just put the towns with the commons. Adventures in foil. The Wind Crystal. Very nice. That's the white one. Okay. So 43. As our first The Wind Crystal. We have Matoya Archon Elder from Final Fantasy 14. I think that's right. XIV, is that 14 or 16? See, this isn't one of the ones I've played. I should probably do that. 62, that is our first Matoya Archon Elder. Oh, Ultimecia, Time Sorceress. A little surprised she's not a rare. Interesting. Uncommons. And our commons. Marlboro is very good. Good old Suplex. Suplex blew me out multiple times this weekend. Pack 3. We have Sin, Cypra's Punishment. Cool. Put that with the art cards. Charlean National, or Nation of Scholars. Man, my brain is just not working today. Freya Crescent foil, very nice. Gobez, Clad in Darkness. Sir Conrad the Grim. We'll put that over here. Got absolutely destroyed by that on Saturday. Then we have the Earth Crystal, 184. That is our first Earth Crystal. We have our uncommons. And our commons. Pack 4. Okay, hero. Land. Let's see. Corcoran Merchant. Final Fantasy 11, I think it is. I don't remember which one that's from. We have Golbaz, Crystal Collector. I can't remember if he's from 4 or 6. Man, I'm not making this easier on myself. 225. That's our first Golbaz. Or Golbaz. Okay, our uncommons and our commons. Pack 5. We have a bird token and a wizard, so a nice chocobo. They're an airship kingdom. Airship crash. The Masamune. Very nice. Of course, from Final Fantasy 7. Okay, so VI should be 6, and IV should be 4. That seems right. 264. 264, the Masamune. That is our first copy of the Masamune. Then we have card collection. That's funny. Side quest. Our uncommons and our commons. So that's 11. Pack 6. Trying to speed up a bit. Did take a little bit longer in the beginning. We have a hero token, treasure on the back, full art island, delivery Moogle foil, Kefka Palazzo, Perforos, God of the Forge. That is a very cool Kefka. Sephiroth, Fabled Soldier, 115. This is our first Sephiroth. Fabled Soldier, which becomes the one-winged angel. Very nice. Oh, we got a double mythic pack with a Dark Confidant. 94. I went and picked up extra copies of the old Pro Tour promo of that. Uncommons and our commons. I do like that the greens summon Chocobos. That made me laugh. Pack 7. Hero, the Wizard on the back, Insomnia, Crown City, Sephiroth's Intervention, foil, Vaughn, Aspiring Sky Pirate, which is Captain Lannery Storm. Very nice. Stiltskin, Moogle Merchant. 34. This is our first Stiltskin. Okay, then we have our uncommons and our commons. Pack 8. I do like that the Bellum T-Rex is a reference to the T-Rexes that are in the Bellum Gardens research area, if I remember correctly. It's one of the ways to power level very quickly in Final Fantasy VIII. We have Braska's Final Aeon. Very nice. Full art foil Mountain, Laughing Mad foil, Balthier and Fran. Let's see. 213. Also, I'm probably going to butcher these. Most, if not all, of the games I've played with sound off, and most of them did not have voice acting to begin with, so did the best to figure out the names as I did when I was younger. So very nice. Pack 9. Also, many of these I have not played in quite a while. So we have a bird token with a hero token. Full Art Mountain. Arden, the Usurper foil. Very nice. He's from Final Fantasy 15, apparently. I'm not familiar with him. 89. There's our first Arden. Ishgard, the Holy Sea. From Final Fantasy 14, it appears. Let's see, 283. That is our first Ishgard. We have our uncommons and our commons. I will say the sealed format for this was very interesting. A lot of my friends said that it reminded them of Thunder Junction. It reminded me more of like Dominaria, sort of. Just kind of felt like that. Treasure Hero. We have Guadasalam, Far Plain Gateway. Crossroads Village foil. Benedicta Harmon from Final Fantasy 16. That's cool. Which is Ishai Ojitai Dragon Speaker. Okay. It's a neat one. Genova, Ancient Calamity. 228. That is our first Genova. We have our uncommons and our commons. Alright. On to stack 2 with pack 11s. Together Forever art card. Oh, and it's stamped. That's beautiful. Gongaga, Reactor Town. Nice. Quistis Trepe. Interesting that she was an uncommon. Princess Sarah, Azusa Lost But Seeking. Oh, that is beautiful. And a nice Azusa. Let's see, Kane, Traitorous Dragoon from Final Fantasy 4. Let's see, 105 is our first Kane. Reno and Rude. Our uncommons and our commons. I do find it funny that Titus. I don't know if there's a rare Titus or not. I know the Blitzball Star is an uncommon. Dirty Dozen, pack 12. Let's see. Tataru Taru. Very nice. Fuller Mountain Instant Ramen foil. When I first saw this actually kind of made me a little mad. Then I found out that apparently there's some heavy product placement there. Ancient Adamantoys from Final Fantasy 15. There's some reference to this in some of the earlier Final Fantasies, but 172 is our first Ancient Adamantoys. The Darkness Crystal. 96. As our first, the Darkness Crystal. Choco Comet! Okay, so this, I actually blew out someone in a couple of times on Friday night with this card. Better than it seems, and it leaves behind a body. So it's basically Fireball with upside. Which, generally, not bad and limited. Alright, Lucky 13. We have a hero token that is also a chocobo. Plains. Sorceress Schemes. Starting Town. 289. That is our first Starting Town. Also, pretty solid card. Fang Fearless the Sea. This is the one that joins together to become Ragnarok. Pretty cool. I don't know what the other side of that is. Alright. Our commons and our uncommons. 14. Now, if you made it this far, leave down in the comments. Have you played Final Fantasy? If so, what is your favorite? My personal favorite is a toss-up between 7 and 8. If I'm going with more modern ones. But 6 also holds a special place in my heart. We have a borderless wind crystal. But the one I've probably played the most is 1. Of course, from Final Fantasy 3, the wind crystal. Let's see, where is the normal version of that? So this version is 330. Is the normal one. There's Absolute Virtue, so it's before that. There's the Earth Crystal. Oh, the Wind Crystal is white, not green. Green. The Wind Crystal. Why do I still not see it? There it is, the Wind Crystal. Why is the Wind Crystal? Oh, because the... Yeah, so 43 for the normal version. Then we have Jador, Aristocratic Capital. 284. This is our first Jador. Dragoon's Lance, very solid. Same thing with Hilgigus, also very good. And Marlborough. All of the cycle creatures were very strong. They normally are, but especially so this time around. Alright, 15. Also, I do not recommend doing what I'm doing. Buy singles. These are incredibly overpriced sealed products at the moment. I got a good price and still paid out the nose. So try to learn from my mistake. We have a wizard token, which is pretty sweet. Foil, Mountain, Resentful Revelation. Furion, Wild Rose Warrior. That was one of the cards I had on Friday. Very strong. Especially in Limited. Definitely a build around, but if you build around it, it is extremely, extremely good. There's our first Furion. Alright. Torgal, a Fine Hound. Alternate card. That's cool. That there. Side quest rates a Chocobo. I spent so much time doing that in Final Fantasy VII. Genuinely one of my favorite parts of the game was raising the Chocobos. Sweet 16. Alright. Ishtola, Knights Blessed. Cool. Plains, Magitech Infantry, foil. Yuna, Hope of Spira. 250. I will say, I know Final Fantasy X is a lot of people's favorites. I don't care for it as much. Summon Anima. Oh, that's pretty. It's another showcase. The Samurai's Katana. Very good. Again, solid and sealed. Like Balam T-Rex Star. Very, very strong. Alright, 17. Squall, Seed Mercenary art card. Beautiful. Full Art Waste. General Reinforcements foil. Endwalker, which is Brainstorm. It's a fun one. It's from Final Fantasy XIV. Then we have Mughals Valor. 27. You know, one of the more iconic scenes in Final Fantasy VI. Alright, 27. That is our first Mughals Valor. We have our uncommons. And our commons. Cornered by black mages, I have a feeling it's going to be very strong in Pauper. 18. We have a hero with a robot warrior on the back. Of course, a reference to the Magitech armor in Final Fantasy VI. Gone, Town of Ruin. Phoenix Down, foil. Master Zandi, which is Venser, Shaper Savant. Oh, that's cool. They really went all out with the special ones. Dion, Bahamut's Dominant. 16. That is our first Dion. Alright, there are uncommons. And our commons. Black Mage's Rod, also very strong. Red Mage's Rod was too. Right. Pack 19. Hero token with a wizard on the back. Island Thief's Knife, foil. Squall Leonhardt. Danitha Capuchin Paragon. There we go. Little Squall Leonhardt. We have Sarah Farron from Final Fantasy 13. 240. That is our first Sarah. Restoration magic was very, very good. Okay. Laughing Mad was also extremely good. Sephiroth's Intervention, one of the best pieces of removal in the set. Or limited, at least. And pack 20. Kefka, Court Mage. Great art card. Summon Finnerer, foil. Excalibur 2! In Final Fantasy IX. One of the more difficult achievements to get in the game. I remember you have to get to a certain point by a certain amount, before a certain amount of time has passed. I don't remember how long that is, though. 257. That is our first Excalibur 2. Minwu, White Mage. Another solid card. Final Fantasy 2. 26. That is our first Minwu. We have our uncommons. I really enjoyed the summons. It felt like an interesting take on summons. Or on sagas, rather. Alright, next up, stack 3 with 21. We have a hero treasure token. Swamp Adventurer's Airship foil. Summoner's Grimoire. Right. It says Final Fantasy 14. I don't remember that one. 205. That is our first one. Our uncommons. And our commons. Two. It's 22. Their hero with a frog on the back. Little frog. Baron Airship Kingdom. White Arasite. Kuja Genome Sorcerer. Very nice. From Final Fantasy IX. So $3.99 for this version. Regular version of Kuja is $2.32, and that is our first Kuja. We have our uncommons and our commons. Nice. 23. Yeah, 23. Hero. treasure on the back. Gunga Reactor Town, foil. Summon GF Ifrit, foil showcase, very nice. Vayne, Karuta's Soldier. That's Fen the Fangbearer. Oh, that's cool. Very pretty. We have Xenos Ye Galvis from Final Fantasy XIV, it appears. This is the one, yeah, that's the one that a lot of Commander players I know are talking about. 127. That is our first Xenos. Or Xenos. Our uncommons and our commons. $24. We have a Hero Chocobo, Windhurst, Glycol Greens, a Realm Reborn. Other permanents you control have tap, add 1 mana of any color. That's kind of crazy. Also, that looks super saturated. Weird. Alright, 196. That is our first, a Realm Reborn. Our uncommons and our commons. $25. Have a Hero Treasure Token. Very nice. Island Light of Judgment. Foil. The Lunar Whale from Final Fantasy IV. Was that the thing that you chase on the airship? Or is that the... I don't remember. Let's see, 60. That's a cool one. We have our uncommons. Demon Wall, I think, is going to really break standard with the demon stack. Well, not break standard, but be very good in standard with the demon stack. 26. A Hero Wizard Token. Insomnia, Crown City. Vincent Valentine, foil. I will say Vincent put me through the ringer on Saturday. 2025 is our first Vincent Valentine. He is very difficult to get rid of in limited. But it is a thing. Summon Guardian Force Cerberus from Final Fantasy VIII. That's 162. That is our first one. Eden, Seat of the Sanctum. Showcase. That is beautiful. Art by Minoru. Really like that. We have our uncommons. Hey, nice overkill. And our commons. $27. We have Yasmat, Ultimate Mark. Nice. Rabanastyre, Royal City. Black Mage's Rod foil. Bartz and Boko. Final Fantasy V. 75. Is our first Bartz and Boko. Boko the Chocobo. Our uncommons. And our commons. $28. Farewell. Art card. Beautiful full art forest. Rook turret. Zodiark, Umbral God. Let's see, from Final Fantasy XIV, apparently. 128. That is our first Zodiark. Vanille. Cheerful Lassie. Oh, that's the one that becomes Ragnarok on the backside. Okay. That's cool. Let's see. At the beginning of your first main phase, if you both own and control... Oh, her and Fang. You may pay 5 if you do exile them, then meld them. Oh, that's cool. I have our uncommons and our commons. Alright, 29. Down to our last 2. Cloud, ex-soldier. Nice. Might help if I put Zodiark with the rest of the rares. Full Art Foil Swamp. Beautiful one, too. Lock Coal. Clive, Ifrit's Dominant. Very nice. 133. That is our first Clive. We have our uncommons. And our commons. And last but not least, pack 30. Rounding out our first box of Final Fantasy. We have the hero with a robot warrior on the back. Trino, Dark City. Royal Garland, Knight of Cornelia. The Imperial City of Arcades, which is a wall of omens. That's pretty cool. Sarah Farron. Let's see, 240. That's our second Sarah. Then we have uncommons and commons. Alright. Well, thank you for joining me on this adventure. As always, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff for the algorithm. It really helps us out, and I really appreciate it. And again, leave your favorite Final Fantasy if you have played Final Fantasy down below. And until next time, stay awesome. We'll see you in the next one. Thanks. Bye.